Every day, often even without realizing it, we leave a mark on other people. Whether it's the words we say, the energies we bring, or the actions we take, we influence others in ways that shape their thoughts, feelings, and even their future. But how does this happen? What's behind this invisible force of influence? Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Lata, and today we will be diving into this fascinating world of influencing. How does influence actually happen? From our expectations that can shape up the actions, the beliefs of others, to the subtle ways that we connect with each other through the mirror neurons. All of this in this video. So if you're interested in this topic, stick around. There is this quote that best describes Pygmalion effect. Expect the best from people and they will rise to meet it. Believe in people's potential and they will believe in themselves. According to Pygmalion's effect, people's behaviors align with the expectations of other people from them. In the 60s, several teachers were told that some pupils in the class were supposed to do better at the end of the year. What the teachers didn't know was that they were just picked randomly. So they were not really better than anyone in the class. They could be better, but they were not. They were just like any other students in class. At the end of the year, these students really showed better results, better than anyone else in class. Why did it happen? Because of the expectation of the teachers. It's not some kind of magic that pure expectation does wonders. No, but the action that follows. The teacher that expects a student to perform better tends to give the student more attention, tends to give them more attempts, tends to listen to them more, tends to ask them more. So teachers behave in a way that helps students flourish, helps them open up, that helps them become the better version of themselves. I myself was often one of those luckier students who received that credit of attention, that credit of good expectation from the teachers and professors at high school. Teachers used to believe in me, so they used to ask me more. They used to listen to me more, used to forgive my mistakes. Whereas sometimes I felt what it meant to be thought of as a bad student. Once a teacher believed that I didn't have a chance in a subject, I literally had no chance to correct it. The teacher would not listen to me, the teacher would not let me correct my mistakes. To put it shortly, when we believe in someone's potential, we tend to motivate them with our behavior, with our attention, with this fire in our eyes. And all of this helps the people really flourish and open up and show up as their best selves. Let's break this mechanism down. My expectation influences my behavior. So my good expectation will influence myself in a way that I will give more time, more credibility, I will listen more, I will support more, will say more supportive words, and so forth to the people that I believe in. My behavior will influence their behavior. If I'm ready to listen to someone, they will most probably speak more. They will see that I expect good results from them. They will have this motivation to prove me right. They will do everything to do so. They will speak up. They will know that I will ask them as a teacher, that I will listen to their opinions. They will feel more interest in the subject. They will feel braver. They will know that they will be actually listened to if they raise a hand. So many pupils used to raise their hand, but because the teacher thought that they were actually not up to anything good, they would just not give them a word. How bad is that? How bad is that? Of course, a pupil will not flourish in such conditions. Of course not. And there is a beautiful legend that I'm going to share with you right now. This legend tells us about two brothers, Oren and Belric. These were two adventurous brothers that were sailing the world, and once they arrived at an island where all the women seemed to be physically unattractive. Belric immediately said, "Hey brother, let's sail on. We will not find an attractive wife here. I am going away." But Oren, the first brother, said that he was going to stay. He met a woman named Lyra, and married her. 8 years later, the second brother visited the island, and the first thing that he saw was a woman of stunning beauty. He was very surprised to know that this was Lyra, the woman that his brother had married 8 years before. He asked, how could this be possible? And the brother said that all these years he has been admiring the beauty of this woman. He has been filling her up with compliments. He has been the most loving and caring of all men. And he literally saw her flourishing, opening up, and getting more and more beautiful. See, if a woman is with a man who is constantly telling her how beautiful she is, how worthy she is, how he admires her, then she feels valued, then she feels attractive, and then she starts behaving according to that. She starts choosing clothes that underlie her beauty. She starts caring about herself more. She starts believing in herself more, and she actually becomes more beautiful. But if a woman ends up being with a man who does not value her, who does not appreciate her, who says to her that she is not beautiful, that she is not worthy, and things like that, a woman tends to go down. A woman tends to be devastated. She is getting ugly. She literally changes her appearance, and not for the better. So, dear women, dear men, please choose your partner wisely. If you see that this partner doesn't compliment you, that this partner only tells you that you are not talented, not beautiful, not handsome, that you are actually a zero and nothing, then this might and actually will influence you. Do you want this to influence you? No. You want to find a partner that sees a goddess in you, or a god in you, a king, a prince, and who is literally willing to tell you compliments. Even if they think otherwise, they must be wise enough to work on themselves and to be able to tell you nice things, because nothing else will make you flourish as much as good words and the eyes full of admiration. If you are with such partner, you will become a greater person every day of your life. Choose your partner wisely. Remember about the power of Pygmalion effect. The Beauty and the Beast. It's the same principle. The beauty had to be the mistress to a beast the moment she found love in herself, and she was able to kiss him. But with love, he turned into a prince. What happened? What happened? She fell in love with him. She saw a beautiful creature in him, and he turned into one. That is how it works. This is the Pygmalion effect at work. Fairy tales are so wise. This is the wisdom of Pygmalion effect. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Smiles are contagious. Make someone catch one today. The energy you give off is the energy you get back. Probably you have guessed that I'm talking about the mirror neurons, which are crucial for imitation, learning, and empathy. There are special neurons in our brain that fire both when we experience something and also when we see someone experiencing something, or when we do something and when we see someone else doing something. For example, if I'm not doing anything but I'm watching a person dancing, then these mirror neurons are firing and I am learning to dance as well. I'm sure you have all had this experience when your friend is laughing and can't stop laughing and you don't know what the reason for laughing is. You just start to laugh with your friend because it's so contagious. Smiles are contagious, tears are contagious, laughing is contagious. This can be seen as a powerful tool of influence. If you come to a party with great mood, smiling, then there is a big chance that people around you will also catch this mood, that they will start smiling along, that they will start laughing along. Or if you come in a bad mood, if you don't smile at all, there is also a great chance that people will look at you and think, oh, I better not smile at all because this person is not smiling. So maybe it's safer not to smile as well. It happens to me sometimes when I see some people coming to a meetup and not smiling at all. I just don't want to smile because I don't want to seem stupid or something. Another context where I experienced the power of mirror neurons is the library. I used to go there to study or to write my thesis because whenever I am surrounded by people, concentrated, doing some great task, writing, typing, immersed into their work, then I could work myself much better than whether I would be alone at home. Because at home, I was exposed to all the distractions like phones, like food, like coffee machine. I'm sure you have experienced it too. You can use this to your benefit. If you know which effect you need, you can try to put yourself to the environment that gives off the needed vibe. For example, if you need to learn, you can just place yourself in a library. Or if you need to get creative, you can visit an event with creative minds. If you need to learn dancing, you should go to a dancing social or to a dancing event or to a dancing class because all the people dancing around you helps you. Dancing classes, singing classes, pronunciation classes are a great example of this effect because you see how this works. Children learn pronounce things just watching their parents and listening to them. We observe a person pronouncing a sound and we try to repeat. People tend to mimic and adopt the feelings and moods of those around them. Non-verbal cues, the tone of the voice, energy level influence the people around us. I call it a herd effect. Cows or animals in a herd tend to follow other animals. This happens especially in uncertain situations when people tend to follow other people's moods and other people's behaviors. Back in the ancient times, this was the biggest fear of an individual to be excluded from the tribe. A person on their own couldn't survive because they were surrounded by the wild nature. Only as a group of people could they fight off the dangerous animals, find the warmth, and actually survive and protect the kids. So it's the survival instinct that pushes us to follow the crowd. The need for social belonging and validation pushes people to follow others, just not to be excluded from the group. When a crowd of people start to applaud after a great theater show, then you feel the need to start applauding as well. I remember numerous situations when others in the group were saying their opinion which was different from mine. For example, they were all saying, yes, 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 we want to do that. And even though I didn't want to do that, I really felt the need to say yes, because this is how the herd effect or the conformity effect or the group effect works. Knowing how this mechanism works lets us choose a group according to our interests. If I would like to know how to invest, I would find it helpful to find a group of friends that know how to invest, because they will discuss investment opportunities all the time, and this will influence me. The softest whisper can echo the loudest in someone's heart. A single act of kindness spreads in ways you cannot see, the ripple effect. And this is my favorite effect, because this effect really spreads kindness. There are stories of strangers paying for someone's coffee in a drive-thru, and this leads to a ripple effect. Those strangers pay for somebody else's coffee. This effect just goes and goes on for hours, or maybe for days, or maybe for months. Just imagine how far this can go and how better our world can become. Whereas this might be as beautiful as this actually came from much worse examples, from vendetta. Back in the days, people used to live by the principle eye for an eye, finger for a finger. You take my eye, I will take your eye. If you do me something bad, I will do something bad to you. And this would go on and on. Generations were involved. A person started and did something bad to another one. Maybe he didn't even want to cause anything bad to the other person, to the other family, but it happened. And this other person decided to revenge. And then the first person decided to revenge back. And then the whole family of the second person decided to revenge back. And then the family of the first one. And then this would grow into vendetta wars. And this all could go on forever, until some of them noticed in some societies that actually this doesn't lead to anything but bad. So people agreed on the social norms of fairness and respect, and this is actually so wise. When you are respectful towards others, people tend to be respectful to you. When you are fair to others, people are fair to you. And this is how it works. And that is why these laws are crucial. Basically, they are based off of that. If we do something good to people, the good returns. Pay attention to what you feed your mind. This will shape your world. You are always training your mind, whether you realize it or not. Choose your trainers wisely. The words you choose shape the world you experience. And this is the effect of priming. Subtle cues can influence people's choices, behaviors, and beliefs. This is beautiful because if you mention the word success in a conversation with another person, this person will start feeling more confident and will have more chances to success. It's an interesting experiment by Bark, Chen, and Burroughs in 1996. They wanted to test whether the simple mentioning of elderly associated words can influence behavior. Participants were not told the real purpose of the experiment. They were divided into 3 groups. So the students that were recruited believed that that was a grammar and language study. Participants were given a scrambled sentence task. For example, they would need to organize random words into a sentence. For example, the first group would see the words him, playing, bingo, always. The second group would see the words like Florida, gray, retired. So basically these were the words that were associated with the elderly stereotypes. After completing the task, the participants of both groups were asked to walk down the hallway to another room to participate in the second part of the experiment. What they didn't know was that their walking speed was timed by the researchers. The second group that received the elderly associated words tended to walk slower than the first group that were walking in a more cheerful tempo. So see, such subtle cues can really influence our behaviors, can influence the speed of our walk, can influence the thoughts, can influence the feelings, can influence our actions. So if you would like to perform great at an interview, or if you have a presentation to deliver, why not use this priming effect and read a text about success, about successful people? It doesn't have to be affirmation, it doesn't have to be a meditation. It just has to be a text about a successful athlete or about a person who has delivered a very successful presentation, because these are the subtle cues, the word success, the description of the successful process that will influence your brain and that will influence your performance. Your reaction will become faster. You will be concentrated on success. You will be motivated by that. This works wonders. Try it. If a person doesn't eat healthy, but then you praise them for eating really healthy, this might influence them because this creates a cognitive dissonance. It's not nice to live with a cognitive dissonance, so that the person facing it is motivated to resolve it. And normally they do it by changing their behaviors or attitudes. So for example, if your kid doesn't eat healthy, a subtle way might be to tell them that you notice their healthy eating habits. This would create cognitive dissonance in them. It may motivate them to make healthier choices to align with that identity. I would like to finish this video with a quote by Buddha. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. And all the effects that I have shared in this video give scientific background of how this actually works on the neurological and on the psychological level. If this video was useful or interesting to you, leave your favorite emoji under it and write what you think about it. Feel free to share. Thank you for watching.